What is up, you guys? My name's Evan, and I'm back with some more NCAA Football 14 Road to Glory. Before we get into the game, though, we are about 3/4 of the way through the junior season, so I wanted to show you guys really quickly the Heisman Watch. I wanted to show you guys the conference standings, how Texas and Baylor are currently locked for the conference championship, so we will have to beat Texas this week to win the Big 12 championship. And right here, I just wanted to show you guys the Maxwell, Walter Camp, and the Walker Award standings, which I am currently first in all of them. So as you can see, we're ranked 3rd this week, and Texas is ranked 19th. We should definitely not downplay Texas, however, because they do have one of the best offenses in the entire game. I believe they have a 99 overall offense and a 93 defense or something like that. They're a 95 overall team, but for some reason they are ranked 19th. I believe they've lost 2 non-conference games, and that's why they are ranked so lowly. However, they do still have a high-powered offense, and they have a pretty solid defense as well. But I was just checking the categories for statistics, and I realized that we outscore them in points per game. We outscore them in rushing touchdowns per game. They only have 5 rushing touchdowns, which is what I find that pretty odd, because they're not really that pass heavy of a team. They're more of, like a balanced team. But they definitely only throw passing touchdowns. They have 24 passing touchdowns, or they have 38, which is a lot. But they have next to no rushing touchdowns, and overall our offense outscores them by a lot, and our offense has a lot more yards in total than them, by over 500. However, their special teams does make up for some of that, because they do have a very good special teams. But as you can see, we're already in the red zone against them, just trying to get that first touchdown of the game, get the first down, and then they pull me out of the play, and we do score a touchdown, and Texas ends up matching us, so it is now 7-7 with 58 seconds left in the first quarter. But since we are about 3/4 of the way through the season, the only real opponents that we have left are Kansas State, Oklahoma, and Iowa State. And again, Oklahoma is another really good team, but they have lost a few games in the conference and in non-conference games, so they aren't ranked quite as high as they should be, but they do still have a great offense. I believe they have a 99 overall offense as well. And Kansas State is a pretty solid team. Right here, I get around the block, and I end up stiff-arming this guy all the way into the end zone. I thought that was a pretty nice play, just using that stiff arm to my benefit and getting into the end zone. Otherwise, I would have been tackled before I could have gotten the touchdown, but I thought that was definitely an effective use of the stiff arm. My stiff arm is almost maxed out now. It's been hard to level it up because I had to work on my speed and acceleration first, and then things like that. But after the KSU and Oklahoma games, we have an Iowa State game, and Iowa State, I think they are 89 overall in the junior season, so they're definitely not a team to be messed with as well. They're still a good team. Probably the worst team I've faced all season was Rice, and that was, a non-conference game, obviously, that was pretty easy. Or the FCS West, but I don't really count that as a game. That's more of like a scrimmage, realistically. But now we are up 14-7 with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first half. So we are going to try to go down and get one last score in there before the end of the half. So I'm going to try to bounce out to the left side right here, get around a couple of tacklers, but I do end up getting knocked back. But I get about a 5-yard gain and pick up the first down, which was pretty nice. Right here, the quarterback finds a different receiver, and he ends up picking up a decent amount of yards, 21 yards to be exact. And they pull me out for one play, but they put me back in after they get the first down, and we end up running a zone split play, which I get about 7 yards on, which is pretty nice. And right here, they pulled me out of the play, and we ended up kicking a field goal. And now we are in the third quarter, so we're up 17-14. They ended up scoring a touchdown in that time. So right here, the quarterback does a read option. He decides to keep it for himself. Right here is a nice buck sweep play that I love so much. And right here, I get tackled. I break it off, but another guy does come to pick me up, and I pick up about 5 yards in total. Right here, it's a good read option play, but the quarterback doesn't really cut it upfield in time, so he only gets about a gain of 1 yard, so it's 4th and 1. But I decide to call a no huddle like I usually do on these read option plays, because I usually assume that the second play is going to end up working out. I'm pretty sure 100% of the time that we've done a no huddle on 4th and 1 or 4th and 2, and I do a read option, that it always works. And we always end up getting a big gain like that. Like, we got about 10 yards. We only needed 1 in that case. But we've done it before. We got like 22 yards off of it from this Jerry Davis, who's pretty good at running the ball. He's pretty elusive. He's not that fast, but, you know, he uses those other abilities that he has to make plays. Anyways, we're now in the red zone here, so I'm just going to try to punch the ball into the inside. So I pick up about 4 yards there, so now it's 3rd and 3. Still trying to get just to the first down marker, but now it's 4th and inches, and this time the coach actually decides to go for it on 4th and inches, and he trusts me enough to run the ball, so I do get about 5 yards there. And right here, I just cut it upfield as I was going to the left, and I end up getting in for the touchdown, which is a pretty nice play, ending up just running in there after I got around the great blocking on that play right there. So now we are up 24-14, and there was only about a minute left, and in 30 seconds they ended up turning the ball over. So we have the ball at the end of the 3rd quarter, and we're up by 10, and what does the quarterback do? We do a fake screen wheel route, and he ends up just throwing an interception, just a mindless interception right there. So it was just a pretty bad idea all around. They do capitalize, and they score a touchdown, so now we're only up by 3 points. At the start of the 4th quarter, we do get the ball. Right here, I thought I was supposed to get that pass, but he passed it to the other wide receiver, and I tried to block for him, but I was obviously too far out of the play to make a big difference. So right here, the quarterback finds another open receiver, Larry Brewer, for the first down here. And I love halfback counter plays as well. They always seem to work out. Always get great blocking on these plays. So right here, I get about 12 yards on that carry from the halfback counter. And it's another quick slants play here. I find myself pretty wide open, but he throws it to a different wide receiver who ends up picking up the first down at least. Chad Bullock is, I believe he's a tight end on our team. Obviously, our tight ends aren't that good this season, but he did make a play on that, so that was pretty nice. Right here, I get a 19-yard reception on the halfback angle play. That always seems to work out for me as well. You know, what's going to be really nice is in the future when I'm on a different team, getting different plays in, because I noticed that Baylor is pretty repetitive in the play selection. They do not have many plays that they run. So getting some new plays is going to definitely be interesting when I get future road to glories and stuff along those lines. But right there, I did end up running it in for the touchdown, my 3rd touchdown of the game. So that kind of puts us a little bit out of the way from Texas possibly retaliating on us. So we're now up by 10, and look what happens. Texas ends up turning the ball over in their own side of the field, which is definitely a bad idea because there's only a minute and 50 seconds left here. So we're just going to end up running the ball until Texas runs out of timeouts. So we did burn their first timeout. Right here, they tackled me for a loss, but it doesn't matter because we burned their second timeout. And right here, we're going to do another halfback draw play to burn their very last timeout. They do tackle me for a loss again. Like I said, they do have a great defense, but we end up just running the clock out there, and we end up winning the game. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is the play of the game, that nice play where I run it all the way in for a touchdown with that nice stiff arm like that. And I did end up winning player of the game as well. We only have a couple games coming up until we are at the end of the season. And definitely drop a line in the comments. Let me know if you want to see me in the NFL with this Road to Glory player, or if you want to see just more Road to Glories, depending on which game you prefer. Anyways, comment, like, subscribe, and have a nice day, you guys. There's the player of the game. Peace.